I'm just going to adjust the view here a little bit. It's so strange how it can be a little bit different depending on what software you're using. Let's see how that looks. It's going to take a little while for it to catch up. Now I'm watching myself just on a kind of delayed sort of loop here. Okay, well, at least we know that kind of matches up. And I'll just adjust this as well. Good enough. No one needs to see my ugly mug there anyway. And why not? Oh, that's good. Okay. Sorry about that. Hopefully everybody can hear me now. All right, so I'm going to make, hopefully I can do this quickly. Although whenever you're using certain spices, oh my goodness, okay. Oh, that's so much easier. It's dried thyme. I was a little worried that it might be fresh. Oh, this is going to be so easy, I bet. Okay, so I've already got a little bath over here that I don't need to show you guys watching vegetables. I guess that's not really too exciting. You have to be careful not to scrub the red potatoes too hard, otherwise all the red comes off. Okay. Oh, I missed one. All right, top and middle for this one. And $4.50. Okay, and then the potatoes are just going to be diced. I should get out some other things here. I don't know if you can tell from just seeing the video, but I keep my knives really, really sharp. I've learned the hard way that it's actually much safer that way, because you get to precisely cut exactly how you intend, which isn't always the case with a duller knife. Yeah, dice those a little bit bigger than I was, just so that they don't cook so fast. I got started later than I would have liked, but such is always the case, it seems. Always some sort of competing priority, isn't there? In just about anything you want to do. No. Yeah, it's fine. I used to freak out about, like, if there was a little bit of discoloration in fruits or vegetables, but you kind of know what to look for. I used to work with somebody who was very, very, very knowledgeable about, like, everything that could possibly kill you. So I kind of picked up a lot of that. We'll see. I've got the ice cream batter all ready to go. I probably will just get that going anyway. Might as well. Make hay while the sun shines. I had a manager that used to say that, and there's some real validity to that. So, might as well get it going. All right. All right. Sorry about the noise. You may recall I have a little bit unconventional method of doing this. Oh no. I said oh no because I just went to grab my pepper mill and it's all out of pepper. But the good thing is I get to refill it. Uh-oh. I should have used a funnel, huh? Let's do that. Old stubborn me would have insisted on making that work and gotten peppercorns all over the kitchen. Old Nick Reed says, no, thank you. Or new Nick Reed, sorry, I'm very tired today. Okay. Oh, I didn't think that through, did I? Yeah, that went swimmingly. All right. There we go. And we'll just pretend that there aren't thousands of peppercorns all over my counter. It's probably fine. Even though I do a really good job of cleaning, I don't think it's best to scoop up whatever could be on a countertop and reuse these, otherwise I would, but Tatiana's not gonna be happy. Okay. Where was I? Yes. Coat this in olive oil. I always have to check this one because it likes to go into the coarsest setting, and that's like, there's just big old chunks of rock pepper flying off everywhere, and we don't want that. So these are going to go on a baking sheet for 10 minutes, and then we're going to add more stuff. Oh, that's so cool. I forgot that I put a camera this way too. Well, you'd think with all the time I've spent screwing around with all this stuff, though, that I would naturally have all of that stuff set up, but not necessarily the case. All right. If anyone has an Amazon device, you might want to just mute your whatever you're watching it on, but okay. Alexa, 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
All right, this is one of those things. Thoroughly washed. Am I still going to rinse them off? Absolutely. The green beans I'm referring to. I'm not paranoid, but what harm does an extra couple of seconds take, right? All right. Somebody recently told me that listening to me was like listening to Mr. Rogers. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Okay. Now I'm going to trim these. I would imagine they want me to trim these, yeah. Well, it didn't say, but I'm not going to not do that. I mean, holding it up to the iPad that's facing the stove. Let's see, what else? Ooh, got my A1 service minder. So I'm going to be going up to see my friends at Maury's West Bend Honda tomorrow. In case you wanted to know. Don't know why I told you that. Yeah, we're going to get all this prep work done here. And then I'm going to go get the churner and put that here. I didn't bother streaming to Instagram this time because it's weird. And I have a plugin for specifically for the format of vertical filming that they want, but I opened it. I'm like, none of this makes sense. I don't care. Buy Instagram. That's probably gonna not be a good thing. Okay. Twitter's fine. All the other ones are fine. I'm working on Rumble and Twitch and Patreon now. Well, right now I'm streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Only those two. Okay. Now it's time for the pork. Well, once I finish trimming these, it is. It's gonna be one of those where you sear it first, and then goes in the oven to finish. That, there are lots of different ways of doing things, but I have found that with certain cuts of meat, that's one of the best ways. And I never used to be that way. I was like, whatever, just throw it on the grill. Although, now that the weather is so nice, I think I'm going to have to grill soon. Well, that's all messy, huh? All right. This is the same bowl I used for the potatoes, but I'm doing the exact same thing, so who cares? Not this guy. These go onto the pan with the potatoes in just a few minutes. All right, now the fun stuff. Here's another thing I never used to do when I didn't really know how to cook at all, but thought I did. Is I never used to pat my meat dry, like if I'm making pork today, so getting all of the moisture off of it. It was such a beautiful weekend, though. I'm exhausted. Part of that is because I enjoyed a rye whiskey tasting event at my buddy's house last night. And I don't drink all that often. And so, even though it was just a shadow of my former consumption, back when I drank a lot, it's like any little bit really takes it out of you. Same thing when I flew home from Vietnam. I mean, it was just, that's one of those instances where it's hard not to indulge, when they're just showering you with all sorts of wonderful stuff. But as I say, I don't believe in necessarily having or carrying a fear of things or, giving them too much power. So, certain things, I guess, one could say that they're absolutes for me. But, with stuff like that, I don't want to ever be a person where I'm like, I can't be around that. I don't want to, So every once in a while, I remind myself of why I gave up drinking in that manner, but always a good time. I'm just saying that I'm a little bit more tired than I normally would be. But hopefully I can get some sleep tonight. All right. Super, super simple. Just salt all over with pepper all over. Both sides. Now with like this stuff, it's fine to use coarser pepper, I found, but all right. Rule number 1. Ghetto stick to light the stove. Only on this side. Oh, look at that timing. Isn't that perfect? Okay, we'll do that first. So these have been in for 10 minutes. All right, green beans on the other side. I hope the microphone level's okay. I tried something yet again, just a little bit different. Alexa, 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Okay. So we're just going to be browning remember, ghetto stick. We're just going to brown the outside all over. I always pay close attention to any areas where there's fat, but these are fillets, so they shouldn't be too fatty. It says medium high. I know better. I'm just going to do medium. Otherwise, it's going to cook way too fast. Sorry for the noise here. I'll try the lowest setting. take a look at the computer. Oh boy, those. Okay, excuse me 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna turn down the gain on my mic. Check, check, check. Okay. I think that's a little bit better. I happened to look at my computer and I was noticing that my audio levels were clipping. So I had to turn the gain down just a little bit. Hopefully that's easier on everyone's ears. All right. Time to cook some yeek. And it may look like I was using a lot of oil, but I'm doing it just because I'm not using a non-stick pan. And we're not cooking this. We're just browning it. I'm gonna let that go just a minute. I should be practicing my Vietnamese right now. What was the one I learned today? Oh shoot, now I can't remember it. Ba. That was the first word. That was like, oh wait, is doi. It was like this weird sound. I'm actually surprising myself. I'm getting a little bit better ear for how some of those sounds are. everybody's still up and streaming? I think so. Too low. What the heck is this? Whatever, it says I'm live. I can't believe people actually do this stuff for a living. Wow. Not from like, you shouldn't be, it's so much more work than I thought. Like, how do people learn all this stuff when they're like 19? I suppose it's because the technology is somewhat innate at this point in time. All right. So this is going to go on the top rack to finish. So this is what I was talking about, how I think a lot of people just ignore the edges and the ends. And I really like to pay attention to those. And I think it gives it a much better texture. Because it's usually where, if there is any fat that starts hanging out. I know people will disagree. They're like, no, chewy, gristly, nasty fat is the best part. All right. We are going to do this for just a little. Oh, look at that. My other one's done now. Talk about timing. Okay. Here we go. I don't even need to worry about what I was going to do before. We're going to put that in. Check these. We can always put these back in. Alexa, 10 minutes. And the other nice thing about using oil is that it kind of gives everything that nice char that I like. Not everybody does. I get that. All right. We don't have incredibly long to wait, but I didn't feel like looking for it, but ooh, that's hot. But I have this super heavy duty foil that I normally use, and it's way bigger and it covers the whole baking sheet, but this will do for now. In case you haven't already figured it out, I'm just doing that to keep it warm. Though I can tell you from first-hand experience, it's plenty warm right now. All right. Don't melt your Keurig. All right. Oh shoot, you know what I forgot? I knew I was forgetting something. All right, now just because I don't want to reek of garlic, I am going to put on gloves. Having gloves in the kitchen just makes everything so much faster and easier, and you can switch between things so much faster. And if you're doing something where it's for other people, it's more hygienic. I know, this is probably silly, right? All of that just to do some onion or some garlic, but nobody wants garlic fingers, do they? Especially not when your first stop in the morning is Mass. And then the day just takes off from there. But that's the case most days. All right. These things are great, but they are not easy to always get clean because there's so many crevices. However, I have found that even just for getting everything out of it, that a toothpick is usually pretty good to use. Pretty easy and effective. See, like all of these things, I'm like, of course we want that. Maybe not this part, but. All right. Okay. Now that that's done, back to the stove. So, this is the pan used for the pork. Yet another. Oh, I told you it's been a long day. Yet another bit of oil. Again, they say medium high. I don't believe them. Garlic goes in. And we're going to put the thyme in there too. Also missing water. That is a crucial part of this. And to the water, we're going to add chicken stock. Oh, we're going to put in a whole bunch of stuff, I guess. All right. I could have gotten this ready earlier, but 2 packets of chicken stock. And some people, I know, they just drizzle this kind of throughout the pan. But I figure if you've got a base liquid, like water, this won't be totally water soluble either because there are animal fats in it, but you can at least kind of get it all whipped up and moving and then transfer it into there, and then you don't have to do all these other things. And I think time is of the essence too when you've got something over an open flame like that. The garlic and the thyme would burn. All right, and then this is just honey. Honey that you can tell had been in the refrigerator, but that's okay. It's gonna get really warm really quick. All right. Okay, and we're just gonna add this to this pan here. Put it back on the heat. We're gonna make a reduction from this, I would assume. I wanna get this. I do this with a lot of things that I make. You kind of turn whatever's left over from cooking into a sauce. Yes, you actually want all the burnty parts. That's pretty good. Oh wow. How about that timing? It's all coming together perfectly. I don't know, maybe I'll put an ice cream on it. Maybe not, I don't know. I think that's done. now it's getting to where we need it. Kind of blew my mind with cooking that there are so many things where you add water only to take it out intentionally. I'd say that was about halfway reduced. You know we're putting some butter in that. So, if you remember in this pan, I've got pork leavings. I don't know what else they're called, but thyme is not on my side. Honey, chicken stock, water, garlic. That's it. Okay. What do you have? Sorry. There you are. I think that's a better view. All right. Trying to slice this very thin. Yeah, we'll do it crossway. So this is a pork tenderloin filet. Sometimes using your hands is the only way. You guys would not believe how many videos like this I've made over the past however long. I just only recently started doing them live, because why not? But I have a whole library of these, making all sorts of different crazy things. You might even see things light on fire. You never know. Okay. Just saying it's possible. All right. There it is. All right. I'm going to pause this live stream, which I have to do on the computer. Nobody knows what FPS something where